Hey guys, it's GNTN. Thanks for tuning in again. Today we want to show you some insights of our track Helios. It was released on Rainy Zonneveld's Fills on Acid, and let's kick it off with the project.
Yeah, what you see here basically is the Ableton project file. What we do all of the times with our projects to have things a bit more organized is group all the different tracks, just on top of everything, the sidechain, followed by the bass group, which is again separated into the sub bass line as well as the top bass line. Right below that we got all the different drum sounds, which we're going to explain later on a bit. And then we got the different synth sounds, the main synths, different pads, not too much here, and then we got the different FX. How did we start Helios? What we did in the beginning basically was just messing around a bit with this sound here of the Mini Moog. And after a bit messing around with the sound, we came up with this really simple but quite
effective
remarkable
and catchy in our
melody,
opinion.
which you might all know from the track.
Actually quite simple, so there
It's
aren't
really simple actually, but
many notes.
once we played the track out to our close friends, they all said that this melody is quite remarkable and easy to remember, just catchy. And what you see here is the Mini Moog from the Arturia original series. It's a quite soul wave influenced sound. Didn't do too much here, but we automated it a lot, especially in the breakdown, which we're going to explain later. And also Marcel is going to explain you how we changed the MIDI note in the course of
rhythm,
the track, to keep things a bit more interesting.
Like I said last time, we created the sub bass line with the Arturia microboot, with the small synthesizer. And it's quite simple, as you can hear. So it's really effective. And we layered it with the top bass, which Jan is going to explain you.
So as I said in the beginning of the video, we are always separating our bass lines into sub bass line. Marcel just explained it, and next to that we got this top bass line, which is made as well with the Mini Moog. It is really simple actually.
It's adding a nice groove into the track.
It's giving like a lot of nice character to the high end of the track actually, and paired with the sub bass line sounds like this. And I think this is in general a good thing to do when producing a track, just like separating the bass lines. Normally we would do that with the kick as well, but we always use the kick plugin by Nicky Romero.
Here's some nice presets to start with, and you can just tweak the frequencies.
Definitely, and what you always can do as well is adding nice top sound to your kick. So the kick sounds like this. And what we did is we added like a nice click sound. And also this gives
a nice punch to the track.
It gives just a lot of character to the kick. Without it, it would sound like this. So not really nice, but combined with the click sound, it sounds like this, which is really good. And what you always need to do as well is just like
tune the kick
exactly
into the key of the
and together it sounds like this. Top bass line as well, and
it has this nice wobbling effect through the sidechain on the bass line.
These were the first steps of Helios. We just, as I just said, came up with the melody, then added a nice crunchy bass line and a punchy kick, and we just like put that out into the arrangement view.
And through arranging the track, we came up with some new melodies. For example, this one here. it's quite interesting in our opinion because you have many low frequencies, for example here, and then you go all the way up. This gives it a more catchy sound. And yeah, the arrangement of the track is also quite simple. We have a really minimalistic intro here, which gives a natural flow to the track. We're going up here through automating the sounds more. So here's the point where we introduce the synth, and as you can see we start with a really basic melody on the main key of the track, and this melody develops over the whole track, and we have some automations which Jan is going to explain you.
Yeah, exactly. And I think one other thing which is quite interesting to say of the track is that it really does not consist of a lot of sounds, but what we just did is
Making the most
yeah.
most of the sounds we got.
Yeah, and we just change the melody patterns of the main tunes, which just keeps the track going and constantly evolving. And I think another interesting part of the track is the section right before the drop, which I'm just going to show you before I explain what we did. So basically what we did here is first of all, starting with the top bass line, we just put the cutoff up more before the drop, so you really have this kind of aggressive sound, which like especially when you play this out on a club show or festival show, it just adds so much more energy, especially on a huge system, which is just great to build energy in the crowd
and tension.
And next to that, what we did with the main sound, we basically first of all, a lot of automation here. First of all, put the cutoff up as well. Did some slight MIDI tweaks over here. And the interesting thing we did is we just like raised up the pitch band. So this is what you can see over here basically. So it just pitches up the whole sound, which then sounds like this. And basically this rounds up the whole break and the whole build up quite naturally, but in a really kind of effective rising up kind of way, and the whole thing sounds then like this. And Marcel also back then, I guess, did some easy clap.
Yeah, with FX automations. As you can hear, it's quite simple but effective. It just adds to the build up and keeps the rhythm going.
And I think a plugin which we use a lot in our drum processing is the Reactor FX.
Yeah, we're going for molecular. It's a really nice effect engine. It adds really complex effects to your sound. We're really into that.
Yeah.
And what we love to do in our tracks is a technique called slicing. With that technique, for example here.
The autofill is on, I guess.
Let's go into another part here.
Yeah.
We got this really short sound, which is quite like an ARP. But the nice thing about it is you can use sounds that you already have in your track and build a new sound with that simple
and how you
technique
do
on
that
it.
basically is just, for example, if we take
an audio file.
You can just like right click on your mouse and then just click slice to new MIDI track, and basically it puts the whole sound into different pieces,
into
for example,
small slices. And
what you see here, we have like, I don't know, over 128 slices of the sound.
Yeah, of the
And
original
then,
sound.
as Marcel just said, it sounds like a really nice moving and constantly evolving arpeggio.
So you can always be sure that this sound fits to your track because it was already in
Exactly.
there, just reinterpret it.
And what you also can do here, just like you have the different envelope controls, so you can easily like tweak around the sound.
Make it even shorter or longer. It's really cool for automations on the
Yeah,
track too.
exactly. I don't even know why we didn't automate that here, but
We
yeah.
have automated the attack, so
yeah, exactly.
some
So
automations going
yeah,
on.
this is something we tend to use all the time in our tracks. It just like gives a lot of more character, and
Yeah.
it's like a great layer for a sound you already got. It's a really nice addition to add some more character as well. I think we haven't have to say a lot of our drum section here.
Yeah, it's quite basic, I think, because you want to keep it clean in this case, of course.
It was, I think, all made with the drum loop.
Yeah, that's an analog drum machine we had in this time, and yeah, you had some nice hi-hat in there. So
It isn't really complex at all, as we said before. It's just about the main synth and really the bass line, and how we kind of evolve both of the sounds over the track with different automations with different MIDI variations. And I think it's better, to really concentrate on a few main sounds and just like build stuff around
and
that.
and work with them. You can
Exactly.
always do quite much
And
to
like
it.
tweak them around, try stuff out, and
Work on the MIDIs, make them more complex,
exactly.
let them develop.
And yeah, basically I think that's it. For
So
now
yeah,
we have
for the
some
synth sections we have also 2 pads just for supporting
also
for
with
the
the
break.
mini moog is a little surprise.
And here's this one and that one.
Yeah, also quite simple, but it really adds some good harmonics to the whole kind of a feel of the track.
Definitely. So regarding FX, also quite simple. We have some general white noise
Yeah,
automation with
the
the
operator.
operator from Ableton. It's built in. It's really nice for that purpose.
Yeah, when you use Ableton, you can always just like put in the operator and build some white noise. It's quite simple, and you don't really have to
just
like
cut some low
look at
frequency
samples and stuff. So
just cutting some low frequencies and automating it with auto filter. Add some cool effects. You can also add some auto pans and other effects, but if you keep it simple, it's also quite nice.
exactly. And yeah, basically, I think that's it already. I mean, it's really all about the main synth of the track, the different melody patterns, which we showed you before, starting with the main melody over here in the track, or the intro section, as I explained before. Then going into that here. Then we just build like a little bridge.
Yeah, and it wasn't quantized all the time, as you can see.
We just played it in live, and this is kind of
it's
really interesting to do because it gives like a more natural feel to the whole
organic feel,
to the whole track. And as you can see here as well, it isn't really on the grid. It's just
not
like
quantized.
but it's giving some more natural feel.
Yeah.
And then we're going back to the main melody in the drop, not in the drop, in the break. Sorry. And
change the octave and
and that's basically how we did Helios. I mean, in the drop we just automated the top bass line as well again, put the cutoff all the way up to give it as much energy as possible. It wasn't quite complex. I think we had way more
the workflow was
complex productions, but it was just like starting with the melody, which we couldn't get out of our heads.
And it was quite funny. We finished Helios in, I think, 12 hours, like 2 working days. And that's the final product.
Hope you enjoyed it, and let us know what you think.
If you have any questions, let us know. We're trying to answer them, and
speak soon.